I'm very pleased to welcome into our studios today two people who will both be headed to our nation's capital to take part in the National March for Life on Friday, January 24th. Mary Ann Lawn is here with me, as she's been here each and every year that she has gone. She is going for her 47th rally in our nation's capital. She is also the president of Pennsylvanians for Human Life, the Greater Hazleton chapter, and with her is Jim Borer, and Jim went to the rally for his very first time last year. So Mary Ann, I'm going to start with you. Why have you done this now? Why is this going to be your 47th visit to this rally in our nation's capital?
You know, I've been going for all these years, starting from when I met a little boy who had been aborted. I found him as he was left to die on a cold utility room counter. And
you were a nurse at the time.
I was a nurse at the time. I had the privilege of baptizing him. His name is John. And I carried him in my heart and all the messages of his life throughout these years, but I made a commitment to him that I would tell the world what had happened that day, and I would be dedicated to standing up always for the sanctity of every life, to let people know, educate them, and motivate them that we all have a part to play. These are the voiceless, and the violence to the voiceless has continued. It has escalated to 65 million children dead by abortion, the #1 killer in the United States. For all these years, I have gone to the March for Life. This year, the March for Life is going to be so inspirational. And if I could just tell you what it's like, it's going to be a great rally once again this year. The speakers, you know, once we get to the rally, the speakers, the music, it motivates you. And they come from all walks of life. There's Melissa Ogden, who you can meet on The Voice of John if you just watch the documentary. She is, I guess Melissa's 40 years old now. She would be the exact same age as my little John, who I baptized. And she survived after her mother had herself injected with saline in hopes that Melissa would be born a dead baby. Melissa survived her abortion, and so she will be on stage and she will be speaking. There's another girl, Marjorie Caldwell. She will be speaking. She survived a surgical abortion. Jim Daly, who's president of Focus on the Family. And one person whose group I'm so proud of to see, and is the president of the Susan B. Anthony list. And the theme this year of the March for Life is Life Empowers. Pro-life is pro-woman. And we are here in a generation that is saying, shout out your abortion, celebrate your abortion. And yet, what I want to say is it is 100 years ago that women were given the right to vote because of Susan B. Anthony and Alice Paul and Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who marched at the Capitol and who said that women have rights. And these were our early feminists. And they spoke out and they wrote about abortion as the ultimate desecration of the human woman's body, of the woman's body. And so our feminist movement, pro-life, is pro-woman, and I want to follow in their footsteps, the original true feminists who held sacred that we were intended to give life, to nurture our children. You know, after the rally, we go up to the Supreme Court and stand outside that building where this decision was made. We stand outside and we listen to what's called the Silent No More campaign. And these are women, one after the next, who get up and say, you don't celebrate your abortion. I am a post-abortive woman. And one after the other, they get up and they talk about their life after they aborted their baby, how they cut themselves, how they suffered from depression and alcoholism and just hated themselves, suicidal thoughts, suicidal attempts, one after the other. You don't celebrate that you can kill your child. That is nothing to celebrate.
And Jim made this trek for the first time last year. Jim, what went through your mind when you witnessed it for the first time?
I was amazed because there were hundreds of thousands of people who felt like I did and who I joined. And I think that anyone who is alive should be pro-life because we're alive. And I see it, I'm a religious man, and I see it as the fruit of love. The best thing that God created was love between a man and a woman, and that is the fruit of love.
How did it change you when you came back from that last year? Did you feel differently?
I did, and I have also been to the abortion clinic in Bethlehem, Altoona, and I am changed by that too, because I see and I can feel that the young women going in there, it's a special feeling to realize that they're going to take a life. It's a problem.
Do you see that, maybe there is a change in the future?
I sincerely believe that there must be, because I don't see a future for this country if we continue to kill babies.
And Marianne, for someone who maybe wants to learn more, you have a radio show, so we'd like to give you a plug with that. Where can they listen to you?
You can just go to JMJ Catholic Radio on the website and listen live. If you go to JMJ Catholic Radio on your website, you scroll down. I hosted a TV program called The Voice of John. Again, a fulfillment of my commitment to give that little baby a voice. And so that's the name of my radio program that I host. And it's aired every Tuesday at noon and 9 and every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. And I know Sam is hosting a pro-life program in this month, and it's so important that this TV station has been outstanding in being voice to the voiceless and ending this carnage.
Thank you for giving us your time, both of you, to be here today. And before we leave you, we would like to put up on the screen the phone numbers for the bus trips that will be heading to the National March for Life on Friday, January 24th. You can call one of the numbers so that you can take part in it from your area.